I like, and we got some really epic music to start it off. As this guy down here in the bottom left is up 2-0 in the best of 5 semifinals and 1 win away from locking down this series. It's going to be the Blue Terran's Byun.
The top right as the Red Terran is aLive.
And of course, I just want to let you guys know that I do wish we could respond to these things in chat faster and sooner, but of course, being the tournament organizers that we are, we struggle with using 3 minutes plus of delay on most broadcasts. No exception here today. We don't want to let cheating and too much information revealed early, so keep in mind, we love you guys, and it's always a bit of a struggle here on the caster side of things, but whether we're answering your questions about production or advertisements or anything like that, I do hope that you guys don't mind too much, because we do the best that we can. Anyways, aLive, I'm not just shocked to see him be down 0-2. I mean, it is against Byun. This guy's literally a god, let's be honest. So, like, that part's not so surprising. But it's the fact that he's been losing these games in very, I don't know, like, flimsy ways. Like, this feels like he's kind of getting pushed over by Byun. That's the part that catches me off guard. I thought these would have been a lot closer games.
Yeah, closer. aLive's playing like those 2 games versus Major where he just was suddenly getting crushed. And it started from the get-go too. Like, from the very beginning, he would be down in workers and army supply, and while he would have those upgrades, because that's the build that he likes apparently, they just wouldn't be enough to really matter. Exactly what happened in that last game. So it's really, I feel, aLive's chore here and TvT to just not get behind early game, but he always finds a way to do that.
Well, I've actually got the guys in SC2 highlights asking me if the Cyclone from Bunny was highlight worthy. Like, 10 out of 10, yes. Although I will say, like, as cool as that Cyclone earlier was, like, it was the medevacs that really, like, the drop micro, I love saying that. Like, whether it's 2 Marines dancing in and out of a medevac, a Stalker in and out of a Warp Prism, those sort of things always, like, those are the ones that give me the nerd chills, I think, more than anything else.
Yeah. Well, aLive is going back to this proxy starport thing. I mean, I brought it up when... Who was it that did it last time, Byun? Bunny? Bunny. When Bunny did it, aLive did show us 2 games where both proxies failed, actually. So this is the opposite of a hype up. It's more like a warning. I don't think this is going to do too much.
Oh, it's funny, because actually, remember, he did this in this exact same spot. I only remember this because we started talking about the train that was right next to it.
Oh yeah, that's true. And the Liberator came in, we thought it was going to do a ton of damage, and gets instantly just denied, you know? Like, the combo wasn't there, the Hellions in the front and the Liberator in the back.
I feel very strongly that this tactic probably works very well on less skilled players. I'm not saying that it would never work on a pro player, but the idea that, like, these Reapers and this Hellion can do so much damage on the front line. Grenades can be so abusive, and if your army's defending, oh, those Marines get good shots on the Reapers, sadly don't quite kill them. But if you're distracted with this fight, I mean, that's the whole, like, 1-2 punch. Look to the left, I hit right.
The problem is that aLive only has 2 Reapers that can really help out in that fight because Byun walled off. It's the easiest way to really just reduce your anxiety in TvT. Once upon a time, in Wings Liberty, 1 base tank pushes would kill supply depots if you walled off, and as such, it really fell off. But in Heart of the Swarm, it came back because those Hellion run-bys were killing everyone. We had like a week period where we were yelling at everyone to wall off. And in Legacy of the Void, 1 base pushes barely even exist anymore.
So Liberator gets driven off. The Reaper dies on the other side of the map because Byun was microing at home to try and stop this. A couple Reapers come up here as well with the grenades, trying to, I guess, zone out the Marines, you could say. But the Liberator's already on such low health. Being sieged up like this is adding nothing to the fight, and he's got to get that out of there if he wants to keep it alive. It can outrun the Viking, but not the path it's taking. This Liberator and the Hellions, or sorry, pardon me, the Reapers all go down.
Yeah. So was that worth it? Probably not.
You know
Liberator killed like 1 worker, didn't it?
The income graph shows that it was not, because even with the running around of the SCVs, look at Byun's like income over the last like 2 minutes. Like, this is about when oh my god, the Liberator. Thank you, Brain, for working this morning, afternoon. This is when the Liberator came in, and even then, after pulling the SCVs, just puts them on the other base, drops some mules. It's no problem to get right back on course. And that faster command center, really going to be paying dividends over the next few minutes. Byun's probably going to be up at least 10 to 12 workers by the time aLive's ready to go with this natural.
Yeah.
Ooh.
aLive really wants a medevac, so he stops the journey home with the starport right then and there, which is kind of odd to see. And even if he'll have the medevac, he won't have any Viking, and that's what he really needs against Byun's pressure now that he has a medevac to run around with. aLive's production back at home isn't necessarily all that bad. Like, tank production can save his life on dust towers specifically for a very long time, as your natural is in-house, but it's still not going to help him when it comes to the economy in 2 minutes. Especially if he isn't there to protect his economy, as low as it is.
Oh man, that's a new mule as well. SCV is going down. Zombie, I think we're gonna see our first 3-0 of the day, and I'm surprised. I'm surprised that of all people, it's aLive.
You know what? You cursed it by not letting them finish the maps.
Oh, I love this. Knowing how desperately he needed the medevac production, instead of bringing this all the way back home, he starts just building in the middle of the map. It looks random and it looks silly, but that's the necessity of how badly he needs medevacs.
Mm-hmm. But he needs to do damage.
Oh, another fresh mule. Oh god.
Medevacs or not, because he is losing out. This is no return type of stuff right here. He should just go with his army and try his best, but he's got to go up a ramp or risk a drop where the army of Byun is still alive.
That Liberator did not get a lot done. There's 3 tanks in the main, and you know, because he's got no medevacs to go himself, he's not actually going to be leaving anytime soon. So this actually ends up being terrible for aLive, because Byun's already ready to come back and defend this. Some SCVs might go down, but aLive is going to seriously have to kill like close to 20 SCVs to make this worthwhile. It looks like he's going to get some of those kills, which is nice.
Yeah, the unsieged tanks have good DPS, but it's just the fact that they weren't supported by anything else.
They were also shooting the Marines, not the other tanks.
Right. Yeah.
Big mistakes here. Byun starting to throw things away. He does go drop once again, though. Credit to that micro. Let's see if he can get the worker kills to even this up, but this is actually done quite poorly at home for him. His lead now gone, at the very least, from this drop.
That was a throw. I mean, a better... He could have even just have lifted the main and then, like, held on longer.
He's looking to pay back this damage, though, Zombie Grub. Those Hellions don't have a lot to oppose them. All the defense was the natural. Oh! So, well, this goes really badly for Byun. It does go badly for aLive as well. And I think at the end of the day, it's weird to say this doesn't equalize the game in the terms that we would normally say as the worker count evens up, but this equalizes damage done. Like, okay, aLive comes in and devastates that natural, and he kills a lot of tanks in the process, or probably the main. But Byun kills enough workers that he maintains his lead. As weird as that is, like this is so strange.
He also stuck in a third command center that entire time, so he has a lead now, and he'll continue to have a huge lead as the game goes on. So even if the Hellions didn't get back in there and kill more SCVs, he still would have been fine, because the workers were even at that point, but he has an extra command center.
Yeah, obviously better than he did as well. He's at some point going to have to bring the starport back on, though. I mean, credits again go to aLive. Like, I'm actually clapping and giving him thumbs up. That was really cool to land this and build medevac so he could get the timing that he needed to get in there and do that damage. But he is going to have to bring this back home. He needs a reactor on this bad boy.
Yeah, eventually he's going to need to use it as a usual starport, a normal starport. Oh, one Marine is going so try hard right here.
Gotta give it to Byun.
Oh, God.
He would be the guy to do this. Eventually, he could kill a tank too. Its rate of fire is fast as it is. Doesn't do enough damage versus light units that the medevac can't just easily heal through that. We do have a drop coming off on the left, though. There's a turret, though, to help deter this. Yo, we usually make fun of the aLive turrets. Yeah, he'll deter it. That's why they got their name, guys. It's a bit of an aLive turret, but it'll work out. There's Marines here you can bring back, too.
I wouldn't call them a live turret. That is a very common spot for turrets, actually. In, like, your own games, on Dust Towers and Orbital Shipyard, you know that a drop's going down there in that path. So either a Viking or a turret like that is amazing.
Yeah. I would really love to see... So, do you remember Total Biscuit was doing some maps last year, or earlier this year? I don't remember which. Where there was that one map that had all the turrets on the north side of the map, like neutral turrets, but they all were on platforms that were exactly big enough for that turret. I wonder if you actually gave Terrans the opportunity to put that in a dead space, like in the middle out here, would they like drop an SCV, build a turret? Because it would totally be worth it, I think. Just to cover that airspace, I mean.
Yeah.
Ooh, awkward. Mine's awkward. Other side of the map, we do have a bit of a drop set up for Byun. It's only one Marine, though. It's that same one Marine drop. It's the same guy. Seriously,
One
he's
Viking.
He has Rambo. He literally has Rambo in this drop. Okay, well, watch the Marine kills rack up while this goes on, but GG gets called. Byun defends too well, and that's going to be the first 3-0 of the day. So super congratulations to him. But now we're actually going to have an EU versus EU battle, right? Marine Lord versus Bunny on the other semifinals. So we're going to go poke these guys. Tell them to meet up on